Thank you very much, Professor Rana Prasottam Kumar Singh ji. Most respected our Vice Chancellor Rolanda Mahavihar, Professor Baidyanath Lal sir. Organizing Secretary इतिहास भारतीय इतिहास पुनर्लेखन योजना Dr. Balamukund Pandey ji. The senior professors of Nalanda Mahavihar who are visible to on this Abhasiya Patal, Professor Rajesh Ranjan, Dr. Beena Gaud, Professor Saraswati Mutsutti ji, Professor Parichai Das, Dr. C.V. Verma, Dr. Pradeep Kumar Das, Dr. K.K. Pandey, and others who are not visible. So all teachers of our Nalanda Mahavihar, Most Reverend Medhankar Ravi ji, and others, my dear students of Nalanda Mahavihar, and my most respected senior Kalyana Mitra, Professor Dilip Kumar Mahanta ji. So it is indeed a great pleasure for me. I am really honored to speak and to be invited to share my some of the views on this Buddha Purnima or Buddha Jayanti to be celebrated by our Nalanda Mahavihar. I have chosen a very pertinent topic related with this our Buddha Purnima. And I have chosen for two reasons also. That relevance of Bodhi Pakhiya Dhamma, that factors of enlightenment. What are the relevance of these 37 factors of enlightenment in present day contemporary time, in this pandemic time? What are the factors of our enlightenment? They are helpful in our day-to-day life. So first of all, I have taken with the 2 points also, that as we know that this is the last teachings of the Buddha. In Mahaparinibbana Sutta, we also find that Buddha gave last, you can say, teachings that is called as Bodhiya Pakhiya Dhamma. And Buddha says that for the long life of Sadhamma, or you can say for the purity of the Sadhamma or Dhamma, one must cultivate Bodhiya Pakhiya Dhamma. Otherwise, the Sasan or Buddha Sasan will decline. And for the welfare of many people, there is a need of practicing or cultivating these 37 factors of enlightenment. There are 37 factors of enlightenment, and I am not going to discuss all these 37 factors in very detailed manner because we have certain time also. But in a very brief manner, I will discuss the 37 factors of enlightenment and then how these 37 factors are relevant in our present pandemic or you can say COVID time. As we know that Bodhiya Pakhiya Dhamma, there are two terms also here, Bodhiya Pakhiya and Dhamma. English says that the factors which are conducive to enlightenment. But here, Buddhan Athena, that is the Bodhi. What is the Bodhita Pajaya Tuti Buddho? That a Buddhi or enlightened person is that who has got enlightenment. But Bodhi is that Buddhan Athena, that it is in the sense of getting the knowledge. That is called, as you can say, Ladda Bhavasa Pavatteti Pakhiya. So this is the factors which are conducive for the enlightenment. This is called as, you can say, Bodhi Pakhiya Dhamma. So as we know that Acharya Buddha Ghosh in the Visuddhi Mag also says that these 37 factors of enlightenment can be realized when there is the arising of the four path of Sotapatti, Saktagami, Anagami, and Arhat in a single moment of time. So this is the quality of Bodhipakya Dhamma, and it has great relevance also that Bodhipakya Dhamma is a link between the Samatha Bhavana and the Vipassana Bhavana. As we know that Samadhi is the coming down of the mind, and it is another name of Rupajan and Arupajan. And Vipassana or insight is the name of that it is the special knowledge by the way of that all things are subject to impermanence, all things are subject to suffering, and all dhammas are subject to soulless. Anicca adi vishesh pakarena pasati iti vipassana. So this bodhiya pakya dhammas are a link between the sabit bhavana and vipassana bhavana. Scholars are also of the opinion that these Bodhi 37 factors of enlightenment are shows the relationship between the samadhi and the panya. So these are the two things which are correlated with the Bodhipakya Dhamma. So this is very important in the sense, and even scholars are of the opinion that these 37 factors of enlightenment, which have been given in the Mahaparinibbana Sutta, when it was the last preaching of the Buddha, he also says that the teachings, if you go through the contents of the Bodhipakya Dhamma, then it shows the arising of the Abhidhamma also. And the 37 factors of enlightenment, which have been discussed here, they became the, you can say, base for the arising of our Abhidhamma. And we'll discuss that how it has become, you can say, base for arising of our Abhidhamma, and how these four Paramat Dhammas, Chit, Chaisik, Roop, Nibbana, they came out after these 37 factors of enlightenment. So these also, Buddha has also given the special importance to the Bodhipakya Dhamma in his all teachings. If you see in all sects of Buddhism, Bodhipakya Dhamma has got much importance. We can see the variations in the Vinaya Pitaka, the rules of the Vinaya, 227 rules for the monks and 311 rules for the nuns. But we cannot see any variations in the number of 7 factors of enlightenment in any schools of the Buddhism. Every schools of Buddhism, they regard 37 factors of enlightenment. And these are the dhammas which are taking a person from the state of suffering to the state of enlightenment. So these Bodhipakya dhammas are the dhammas which take a being towards enlightenment, and which have been discussed in the text of the Sutta Pitaka as well as in the 7 text of Abhidhamma Pitaka, especially in the Vibhanga, the second book of Abhidhamma Pitaka. There is a one Vibhanga which discusses about the 37 factors of enlightenment also. That is the Bhujanga. So this is the, you can say, in Mahaparinibbana Sutta, Buddha also says that one must cultivate. So I am just giving you in a very brief manner that how Buddha says that that these are the teachings which I have got through the direct knowledge, and I have also made it known to you, and which you should also thoroughly learn, cultivate, for and develop and frequently practice. And Buddha has also asked his monks also that you must practice 37 factors of enlightenment in your day-to-day life also. So these 7 factors of enlightenment has, you can say, if you see that how these 37 factors of enlightenment, that there are 4 satipathanas, 4 sampadhanas, 4, you can say, 5 indriyas, 5 balas, 4 idhipadas, and 7 bhujangas, and 8 noble paths. all these all together they make, you can say, that altogether 37 in number. So in Madhyam Nikaya also Buddha, there is a Buddha's teaching related with the Char or Satya, that's Four Noble Truth, and he has elucidated the seven sets of the 37 factors of enlightenment. First of all, we are having the seven sets of our 37 factors of enlightenment, and that is why it is also called as there are seven, you can say, divisions or types of the Bodhipakya Dhamma. So these are available in our Majjhim Nikaya. And again, these 37 factors of enlightenment, they have been arranged because of their importance together. So, because these seven types of arranged, which are, you can say, for Satipatthana, for Sampadhanas, and for Iddhipadas, they have been, you can say, given in other texts also of the Khuddaka Nikaya, that is the in Itivuttaka, Theragatha, and in Netipakaran, one of the non-canonical texts, we are also having the detailed descriptions of even 37 factors of enlightenment. Again, in Milinda Pahio, we are also having these 37 factors of enlightenment. In Mahayana text, especially Nagarjuna Suhar Lake, we are also having the description of 37 factors of enlightenment. So the same Acharya Nagasen also says in the Milind Pahyo that there is a practice of fivefold controlling factors. We are also having that how Kusal Dhammas may be developed. So in course of that moral Dhammas, he discusses about the five Indriyas, five Balas also. And he discusses Saddha, Sati, Samadhi, Briya, and Pragya. So these five Indriyas and five, you can say, Balas, they have been also given much importance. And these five factors appear in the Bodhiya Pakya Dhamma twice as a controlling factor, that is the Indriya, and power also, that is the Bal also. They function in controlling our mind and directing in towards the realization of a state of eternal bliss, that is the Nibbana. So they also functions as a power in exercising predominant influence, that is the adhipati, that is in the thena, that is the indriyas and the balas, and for exercising dominant influence on our mind in a particular state. So this is our, you can say, the descriptions that where we find these 37 factors of enlightenment. And is we Bodhipakya Dhamma. So again, in the fifth chapter, having contemplated uh, contemplate the virtues of, you can say, vimukha or liberation in order to accomplish the Sotapatti, Sagdagami, Anagami, and Arhat. Acharya Nagarjuna also explains there are seven limbs of Bodhi, that is the Bojhanga. And he also discusses that the seven factors of enlightenment are a link in between the Samatha and Vipassana, and these are dependent originations practicing of eightfold path and practicing of four noble truth also. So these are the, you can say, helpful in getting the practice of our eightfold path or four noble truth also. So these are the virtuous merits. If you see that 37 factors of enlightenment, if you see, these are the virtues or the attributes through which a person can get a state of eternal bliss or nirvana. Therefore, one has to practice it in our day-to-day life. So this is the, you can say, Buddha Ghosh also has explained and has given much importance in our Samadhi Bhavana, that is the Kamathan Gahan Nidesa, and he has also discussed in the Buddha, there are 10 types of Anusati, and he has also given much importance of these 37 factors of enlightenment in the Samadhi Bhavana also. So, these Bodhi for getting a state of enlightenment, there are other factors also, and they have been divided into that how there are 14 redundant states of our 37 factors of enlightenment. So I am not going to discuss these 14 types of, but these Bodhipakkha Dhammas are undoubtedly the path of meditations, because we have already seen that it is a link between the Samatha and Vipassana, or in another way, it is it shows the relationship between the Samadhi and the Panya. So, as we see that how these 37 factors of enlightenment, for Satipatthana and for, you can say, Sampadhan or for Idhipad, they are going to discuss for the benefits of our Bodhipakkha Dhamma. So these are nothing but these are the door of our liberation, or you can say getting a state of eternal bliss. So Acharya Buddha Ghosh has also listed these 37 qualities in a manner that it describes about there are 9 qualities like Chand, Chit, Piti, Pasadhi, Upekha, Virya, and Samma Vyamo, Upekha, that is the Samma Vacha. These are the 14, you can say, factors. They are, you can say, give much benefit in getting a state of eternal bliss. So this is the last point out of these in a brief manner, that how these 7 stages of our 37 factors of enlightenment, they have been discussed in a very you can say brief manner. I will give you the benefits. The four is the first of all is called Chattaro Satipatthana. As we know that Satipathan has got much importance in our Sutta Pitaka also, and because of its importance, it has been also discussed in our Dekha as well as in Majjhima Nikaya also. So Sati is just like a doorkeeper. Sati Dwarikyo Viyati Badami. Buddha says that this mindfulness is just like a doorkeeper. As a doorkeeper does not allow any undesirable person to enter into the house, in the same way, our mindfulness or sati does not allow any undesirable states to appear on the mind. And in Satipatthana Sutta also, Buddha says that this is the only path through which one can get a state of eternal bliss. Buddha also says that ekayano ayam bhaggo sattanam visuddhiya Nibbanas sasikriya jadidam chattaro satipatthana Kayanupassana, Vedranupassana, Chittanupassana, and Dhammanupassana. So these are the 4 types of awareness related with our 32 parts of our body, awareness related with the 5 types of feeling, awareness related with the 89 or 121 types of our consciousness, and awareness related with our the 4 Noble Truth, Eightfold Path, Law of Dependent Originations, and other philosophical teachings of the Buddha. So this is called as Dhammanupassana. If this has got much importance, and Buddha has given much importance on the mind also. So mind, for that is why the first stage is called as Satipatthana. And if you see that they are out of the 7, the 5 deals with the our, you can say, sati, mindfulness, because mindfulness is available in 5 out of the 7 stages of our 37 factors of enlightenment. Even in Kamathan Gahan Nidesa, there are 44 Kamathan, 40 subjects of meditations. Out of that 40 subjects of meditation, there are 10 types of anusati, recollections. Out of the 10 types of recollections, there is one kaigat anusati. So recollections related here, sati is also there to get our body aware of all the activities related with our body. So sati has got much importance everywhere. So it is another name of awareness of all these things. I will discuss in the our concluding part that how mindfulness is more, you can say, useful in our present day time. Second is called, as you can say, uh, that is the Idhipad. There are 4 types of Idhipada: Chand, Chit, Virya, and Vimansa. And these are exercising dominant influence on our, you can say, mind also. And that is why we are also having these 4 factors of Idhipadas in our, you can say, day-to-day life also. And in 24 types of relations, Pachayas, we also find in Adhipati Pachay that these Chand, Chit, Virya, and Vimansa, they have been also discussed that without Chand, Chit, Virya, Vimansa, we cannot have our exercising dominant influence on our mind or the senses, or you can say other things. So this is necessary for our, you can say, life also. So these, again, for Sampadhana, as we know that sampadana that upannanam akuslanam dhammanam pahana vyamo upannanam akuslanam dhammanam no uppadaya vyamo upannanam kuslanam dhammanam uppadaya vyamo kuslanam dhammanam bepulai buddhi bepulai vyamo. So these are the 4 factors that how we are can develop our efforts or the exercising dominant influence. And there are 7 types, the 5 types of indriyas: saddha, sati, samadhi, briya, and pragya. We have already seen that in Milind Pahyo, Acharya Nagasen has also given these 5 factors of our senses and how we have to exercise dominant influence on these 5 types of. I am not going to discuss all these 5 types of, but when these 5 senses become firm and steady, they appear just as a, you can say, power. So these 5 indriyas and 5 balas are the same aspect of the same things. So these are the correlated. I am not going to discuss all these things. So there is another Sat Bhujanga. There are 7 factors of enlightenment here. Sati is also called, as you can say, available there. And Sati is the heart of meditation also, as Nipponic theory also says that in the Buddhist, in the book, in his book, Buddhist Meditations, that how our Sati is the heart of meditations. So this is the, you can say, heart. I am not going. There are Sati, Dhamma, Vichay, Virya, Piti, Pasadhi, Samadhi, and Upekha. These are the 7 factors which are. And the lastly, this is, there are the eightfold path. That is the Sammaditthi, Samma Sankappo, Samma Vacha, Samma Kamanto, Samma Ajivo, Samma Sati, Samma Samadhi. So in Theravada traditions, these eightfold path have got much importance for the counting of 37 factors of enlightenment also. In another way, we can say that the teachings of the Buddha is the 37 factors of enlightenment. The essence of the teachings of the Buddha is the 37 factors of enlightenment. And again, if you analyze the things, the essence of the Bodhiya Pakya Dhamma is the Eight Noble Fold Path. So here path is in the sense of Maggoti Adhigam Upayo. So it is in the sense of means for getting a state of eternal bliss. So these are, you can say, used in the path of as a four path in Abhidhamma also. There is a question that Katme Dhamma Chattaro Magga, the Sotapatti, Sagdagami, Anagami, and Arahat. So these are the four varieties of four Lokottar Chittas, and when they are appearing in four ways, at a we can say patipada or mug, that lead specifically to the cessation of suffering, that is the dukh nirodha. And this noble path has only you can say eightfold path. And as we know that these eightfold path have been has been summarized in the three steps path, that is called as seal, samadhi, and panya. So, seal is the name of morality, which curtails the physical and vocal misdeeds. Samadhi is the mental culture, which removes or dispels the five nivarnas and prepares Rupajhan and Rupajhan. And this Panya is the intuitive culture, and which removes the darkness of ignorance. And through this, a yoga bachar or a person realizes the nature of the reality, that all things are subject to impermanence, all things are subject to suffering, and all dhammas are subject to soulless. So these three seal, samadhi, and panya are the essential of our entire physio, psychic, and spiritual life of our Buddhist traditions. So this is the, you can say, essence. And again, these three have been discussed as Adhisil, Adhichit, Adhipanya in our Visuddhi Mag, that is the seal Nirdesh. Acharya Buddha Ghosh has said that Adhisil is being explained by our seal, Adhichit is being explained by Samadhi, and Adhipanya is being explained by our, you can say, Adhipanya. Sorry, Adhipanya is being explained by our Panya. So when seal is being, Adi seal is being, you can say, cultivated or followed, then it is fruitful in getting of the, you can say, chit, Adhichit Samadhi. And when Adhichit is being followed, or it becomes fruitful in getting a state of Adhipanya. And again, Adhipanya is able to get a state where there is a total destruction of the four asavas, Kamasav, Bhavasav, Ditthyasav, and Avijjasav. So in that way, these Adhisil, Adhichit, Adhipanya, because these Adhisil, Adhichit, Adhipanya, they are also related with our 37 factors of enlightenment. So Mahaparinibbana Sutta states that these three are, if you go through the Mahaparinibbana Sutta, that how Buddha, in discussing the 37 factors of enlightenment, he is also discussing about the seal, samadhi, and panya in a very detailed manner. And what are the fruits of the seal, samadhi, and panya? He is giving there, and what are the fruits and how it becomes mahafal, and how it is called as sikhaj in the sense of adhisil, adhichit, or panya. They have been discussed in a very detailed manner there also. So lastly, I am coming to the what are the benefits of these, you can say. So it is also said that these 37 factors of our enlightenment, Bodhipakya Dhamma, are the beginning of Abhidhamma. Because Abhidharma, some of the scholars have taken these 37 factors are the base for arising of our Abhidhamma. And if you see the characteristics and how our Acharya Buddha Ghosh has discussed in Attasalini, the commentary of Dhammasangani, regarding the Abhidhamma, that yam yath buddhimanto salakhana pujita parichinna buddhadhikacha dhamma abhidhammo tena kato. So these five characteristics, buddhimanto salakhana pujita parichinna buddhadhika. All these five characteristics are also available in our 37 factors of enlightenment. So Acharya Buddha Ghosh shows that here Abhi is in the sense of five different meanings. That is the Buddhi, Salakhana, Pujita, Parichinna, and Adhika. So these five meanings are also applied to our 37 factors of enlightenment. Noah Ronking, who has written Buddhist metaphysics, she also says that there are also composite meta lists that appear to have evolved out of an analysis of extant list and the categorization of resultant items into further list. Such are the analysis embodied in that is the 37 factors of enlightenment. That is the post-canonical list of 37 factors of enlightenment, and that contribute to the awakening. That is the, you can say, in getting a state of enlightenment. So it can be presumed that Bodhipakya Dhamma preached by the Buddha was the beginning of Abhidharma, which is excellent and profound teachings of the Buddha. As Acharya Buddha Ghosh says that Dhamma Tireka Dhamma Vises Athena Abhidhammo. So here 37 factors of enlightenment are also excellent Dhamma Tirek, Dhamma Vises, and Buddha has also given much importance in our when he is discussing in Mahaparinibbana Sutta. So it cannot be denied that there is a disagreement with the Binay. We have also seen that there may be variations in the Binay, but we are not having a variation in 37 factors of enlightenment in any schools of the Buddhism. So by practicing these Bodhipakya Dhamma, there is more spiritual development as well as purification of consciousness. That is the Chitta Visuddhi, and these Bodhipakya Dhammas are called as the backbone of our Buddhist concentrations, that is Samadhi, and it is necessary for the long life and the purity of the Dhamma, that is called as Sadhamma. Suddhi. So these Bodhipakya Dhammas are also really prestige of the whole Buddhist order and the focal point of the turning of the will of the Buddha. Now I am coming to the last part of my, you can say, paper, that how these 37 factors of enlightenment are relevant in our present time also. So as we know that there is a need of applied Buddhism or engaged Buddhism. Nowadays, it is called as active Buddhism. That how the teachings of the Buddha can be applied in day-to-day life. This is the need, and in present time, if you follow these 37 factors of enlightenment in a phased manner, we can see that how these are more relevant in our present pandemic time also. If you see Chattaro Satipatthana, that is the Kayanupassana, Vedanupassana, Chittanupassana, and Dhammanupassana. So first is the Kayanupassana, being aware of all the 32 parts of our body. So in the present pandemic time, if you see there is a physical distancing, there is a, you can say, social distancing, but it is in real sense it is the physical distancing, how we are aware of our 32 parts of our body, how we have to make a distance with another people. This is and the second Vedana Vipassana, that for understanding, being aware of all the five types of feeling, it is necessary nowadays also, because there is a need of removing the wrong emotions, that is the mental factors also, how we can remove the, you can say, kodha, upana, and other negative factors which are arising in our mind. So until unless we do not become aware of all our, you can say, feelings, bad feelings or until unless we do not know our bad feelings, we cannot control it through the, you can say, beautiful our emotions like karuna, mudita, upekha, and whatever we are having. That's 24, 5 types of Sovan Chetsikas. So we can develop in that way also. So there is a need. And Chitta Anupassana. So if you see that how Sampadhana right efforts, Anupananam, Upannanam, Akusalanam, Dhammanam, no, no upadabhyamo. There must be an effort not to arise the immoral factors. So we have to follow these four efforts also, how we have and we have to be very much conscious about the four idhipadas also, chand, chit, virya, and vimansa. Through that we can exercise our predominant influence on the five senses, five power, that is the balas and other things. And if you see the seven factors of enlightenment, sati, dhamma, priti, and others, you can say bhujangas. So we can also apply in our day-to-day life that how piti can be developed, and there is a front line warriors. How we have to make a feeling of compassion towards our doctors and the warriors, nursing staff, and others. So in that way, until unless we do not follow these seven factors of enlightenment, and lastly the eightfold path which have been you can summarized in the Sil Samadhi and Panya, how these have been discussed in that we have also seen. So there is a need of all, you can say, eightfold path in our present time also. How we have to evolve the Samma Sankappo, Samma Ditti, Samma Sankappo, Samma Vacha, Samma Kamanto, Samma Ajivo, Samma Vyamo, Samma Sati, Samma Samadhi. So each, if you see the factor of eightfold path is useful in our present day pandemic time also. So there is a need of right vision, right determinations. And if you see the right determinations, that is the Nekam Sankappo, Abhyapad Sankappo, and Avihinsa Sankappo. Here, Abhyapad Sankappo, there is a determination, right determinations to remove the, you can say, antipathy, that is the abhyapadoti metta, metta te parhit kamata. So there is a need of giving friendliness to, or universal friendliness to all the human beings. And avihinsa is in the sense of karuna. So there is a need of compassion in the present pandemic time. And how this karuna is not only a verbal sympathy, but it is, you can say, how you have to make an effort to remove the suffering of the others. That is why it is called as Pardukhanam Haranamati Karuna. And Kamiti Dukkham Runati ti Tam Binasai Bhaimati Cha. So there must be an effort. So if you see all these eightfold path, I am not going to make a detailed category, but how these 37 factors of enlightenment, if you follow in a stage manner or phased manner, then we can also bring universal brotherhood or universal harmony, or you can say universal harmony we can bring out if you follow these 37 factors of enlightenment. So I am very much thankful to the organizing committee of this Buddha Purnima Jayanti organized by our Nalanda Mahavihar, especially to Professor Baidyanath Labh sir and Professor Rana Purushottam Kumar Singh ji for giving me an opportunity to share some of my views on this Buddha Jayanti. And on this Buddha Jayanti, I wish that let all other beings be happy. Arogino Khemino Hontu, Sabbe Satta Bhavantu Sukhitatta. Thank you very much.